Hello and welcome back. It is Sunday afternoon. It is April, so I am here doing my Camp Nano editing project, and um, today I have the one, the only Doc Coleman with me. Say hello to the nice people.
Hello, nice people, and the rest of you too. You're all welcome.
I'm waiting for that joke to get old, but as we
Yep.
all know, Morgan is easily amused.
Yep. This is why I'm here. Uh,
So, how's your week been? How's your writing going?
my writing needs work, which is why I'm here because I need to work on it.
But
Um, I ended up spending a chunk of time getting my taxes done and submitted early.
yay!
Yeah, early by like a whole of 3 days.
I was
Uh,
going to ask what early counted as because
yeah.
they're due this week. So I
Well,
finally got my tax situation sorted,
that's good. Was your
which
tax
is,
situation in doubt?
well, I rolled over a retirement account into a pre tax account into a post tax.
Okay.
And my tax person says if they didn't report it, then you don't owe it. But
And
hold off for 6 months before you spend that money, just in case.
yeah. I was going to say, don't spend that money. Put it in an interest-bearing account and wait for the IRS to notice. Uh,
Yeah. So instead, I'm finally getting that window put in here.
hmm.
Only I got two estimates, and one is about a third of the cost of the other, which makes me think one group is doing too much and one group's doing too little.
Yeah, it could be that one group is charging you appropriately, and the other one is giving a huge markup because they think you won't figure it out.
Yeah.
Um,
So is this Gilly?
this is Trill.
Trill. Trill
Yes.
doesn't usually join the stream.
Um, Trill is usually nearby during the stream. She doesn't always get up on top of me. Um,
Have you considered giving her a higher percentage of love and affection?
I think that's what she's here for.
So,
I
uh,
mean, this is the cat that has dedicated affection time. We call it daddy time, and she decides when it is and how long it lasts
I
and
mean,
how frequently
obviously,
it occurs. So
cats are 100% into consent and,
there's
being clear about their own boundaries. And people who don't respect boundaries sometimes have issues with cats because they're not dogs. They're not anything you want. What can I do for you? Can we have fun now, now, now?
mm-hmm.
Not that I hate dogs. I love dogs. They're just dogs tend to have fewer boundaries unless they have some trauma in their background.
Well, look at that beautiful face.
Ha ha. The stream was 3 minutes late because Catechist needed love.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing is when Mama's on the couch and has like the red fuzzy blanket that he can like knead.
Mm-hmm.
His making biscuits routine. So, all right, I'm gonna pop into the comments. We have an MM Ward, hello. We have a Mark V, hello and welcome. Have you been to my stream before? Are you new or just it's been a while? Either way, great to have you. I like people. I like regulars. I like occasionals, and I like new people because otherwise I wouldn't have a live stream. So, MM Ward says happy holiday weekend. And oh my goodness, no matter what you celebrate, you probably have a holiday sometime in this week.
Yep.
We've got Ostara for the pagans. We've got Passover started Friday. We've got Easter today. We're in the middle of Ramadan. So,
Yep.
I mean, people like spring. I think Doc will be back in just a moment. And of course, we recognize our feline overlords. It is known. So, people in the audience, what are y'all working on today? So for me, I'm working on editing my space fantasy. If If you've been around a while, you might remember that my goal for January, February, and March was to edit 20,000 words in my space fantasy. And I started April at 16,600 total edited for 3 months, which was a little sad. So, as I talked about on my vlog this week, on my blog post, I started editing by point of view character, which was great until I had multiple point of view characters in the same scene. And so they alternated who told which scene. So then for pacing purposes, it was a lot harder. It's like, wait, so I vaguely skim through and then go. So I'm trying to push through with the one at a time. But I finished the main character that had 40,000 of the words. And I'm about to start in on the point of view that only has 12,000 words. And I want to at least half again that, because they're definitely getting the short shift. And it's the alien race. And I don't want the story to come out like, oh, main character is like a colonizer and these are the aliens that are just there to make our main character, you know, achieve their goals. And that's not the gist I want. So I definitely need to add a lot more agency for this character and more of their own personal motivations.
So when you've got all three characters in the same scene, do you
Doesn't
write this?
happen.
It doesn't happen?
The main character hangs out with her cousin, who is one of the point of view characters, and she hangs out with her ship captain, who is one of the characters, but the ship captain doesn't come home.
Okay. So you don't have all three in the same place, but you will have two in the same place.
Yes.
Do you write the scene twice from each point of view and then figure out what sounds better?
I've done some hopscotching.
Okay.
Because I knew I wanted the three characters, and so I would switch between. But yeah, as I was going through outlining what I'd done, I'm like, and my octopus person has a chapter of 900 words and 460 words. And my main character has a chapter of 4,000 words and 2,900 words. So yeah, my main character has 14 that should probably be about 16 chapters of her own. And the other two each have 10 chapters. But Ua has 12,500. Sorry, I have 0 issues. I have to count where the commas go.
Okay.
And Jana, her cousin, has 24,000 words. And Vasilisa has 40,842. Oh, wait. That was before I edited. So I'm sure it's closer to 41,000 by now. Maybe 42.
So just to be clear, are you head hopping in the middle of the scene?
No.
Okay.
Between chapters.
Okay. Between chapters. Okay. So you end up with short chapters. All right.
Some chapters have multiple scenes in them. But yeah, no. I just definitely have separate chapters per character. I'm not trying to do the dual. My head hopping is very clear.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the woman who was once the girl from the stars. We have the being who was once the being from the stars who was once from the ocean planet, and we have the mother who was once from the stars.
Okay.
So because it's got that fairy tale vibe. So popping into the comments, we've got Mark says he just found the stream through a playlist, so he doesn't think he's written at the same time as my stream before. Well, welcome. He keeps leaving writing until late at night, so is yet to write that daily minimum for Camp Nano. Those are my plans. Well, good luck. I usually say if it happens before I go to bed, it counts for the original day's Nano. So sometimes I go to bed at 11:30 and sometimes I go to bed at 3 a.m., but it counts for yesterday. Because I am one of those people who have never done 2 days worth of Nano in a single day. And if I fall behind, I am doomed. Doomed. So, Ward is fighting with Kendall because half her books, her
Table of contents.
Table of contents vanished, and they're demanding that I change the format of everything through the new and improved Kindle Create tool. Ugh. About 6 to 10 hours of work per book, or running them through a program like Calibre, which is creating its own headaches. Ugh.
Okay, I'm glad I have not had those problems.
Yeah. Hello, writing, and welcome. I think this is your first time at my stream, but if you've been around, it's good to have you back. So, well, we are in the middle of Nano, even if it's just camp.
Just
Do you
camp.
remember my theory last fall, Doc, about why Camp Nano usually fails for me?
No, I do not.
I think it was because, I know this sounds weird, I was setting my goals too low. And so because I could skip a couple days, I would skip a couple days. And as soon as I fell behind, I couldn't catch up.
So it's basically you set your goals low, but you
So
you
that
let
meant
yourself miss something and then it's steamrolled.
Right. And I am completely, and I know this, that I'm completely motivated by momentum. So if anything happens that kills my momentum, I basically say, fuck it for 2 weeks. Okay. So by having that daily goal, I'm being a lot less strict with editing than I am when I'm writing words, because some chapters go faster than others, just depending on the shape of them. Sometimes you can be stuck for 3 hours on a single paragraph. And sometimes you can do 10 pages in half an hour.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to get into the mindset for writing words than it is for editing it, because editing, you've got to have a lot more things in your head at the same time. To figure out what needs to be, where the change is needed, what it needs to be, and then actually write the damn thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to
I write to music.
Writing.
Yeah. I usually write with music that just sets the mood. Just like I pick a seed song that sets the right mood for that story for me, and just let Pandora roll with it. I usually edit to silence because my brain is too loud and anything will distract it. I can write on my cell phone while driving, while hanging out in the car with like 5 other people. I have to be alone to edit.
Please don't be writing while driving.
Only on voice to text.
Okay, that's different.
No. I don't swipe right while, no, but I definitely have been like, hey, here's a note, or let me, here's the paragraph or something. And it always needs massive cleanups. But yeah. So Devin is here. Hello and welcome. You are definitely not a first timer.
Yep.
So writing says, I have worked on my Nano all day long. So now I'm working on my main project, even though I'm still a little behind on Nano, which I will catch up on tomorrow. Legit. Hello, and Spence is here. Hey, she says, hey, duckies.
Quack.
Thank you. I was contemplating quacking too. I appreciate a good quack.
Now you have had the social pressure relieved. You may quack at will.
Quack, 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 quack. Okay.
Affleck.
Yep. Okay. So I think it's time for us to do a productivity sprint. What do you say? Productivity?
I say I'm still doing revisions to Kindred of Kali, and I'm behind, so let's get started.
Oh yeah. So I started the month at 16,600. I'm currently edited at 45,694, or just under 30K for the month. Nice. But I think I'm going to have to re-edit the first chapter or two from this point of view, because A, they need fleshing out, and B, I'm starting over with this character since I decided to do one character at a time.
Yeah.
So
I'm still trying to get out of the first 5 chapters. No.
Yeah. So Spence says she's got Easter dinner in the oven, so she's taking a break and a Minecraft break and wanted to say hi. Hello. I actually played Minecraft for the first time in months this weekend because it is the niece's 11th birthday this week, and we had a sleepover, and I am so tired. And we played a lot of Minecraft. And then we went to the mall yesterday, and it was craziness. So
I still have never played Minecraft. Uh,
it's Legos. It's virtual Legos.
I would say there are games where you can do virtual Legos and you can like order them and have them made and shipped to you. Uh, there's a
Whoa. Okay.
Lego creator program where you
Oh
can
yeah.
make your own
Yeah. Okay.
designs and they will send them
Wow.
to you.
And hello, Mr. Blandis.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my audio. I'm gonna share my tab, and all you're getting is my timer. So yeah, Spence says I'm on my phone and the pizza demon is playing Minecraft. We had pizza and played Minecraft. It seems like it goes together like peanut
Like
butter and
pizza
jelly,
Minecraft. No, no.
right? Mark is working on writing the last happy chapter his characters have together. After this, it's all downhill.
So it's the inciting incident, huh? No.
Pretty much. So, okay, well, let's have fun with it in 3, 2, 1, boom. Still funny.
I hear a catechus.
Oh dear. No. Hair ties are not for kitties. Gentle. And we're back. The catechist decided he needed playtime.
Did he?
And that mama is super boring. And he will attack me if I adjust the camera off of cat cam.
So it's now catechist cam, huh?
It is indeed catechist cam, and apparently also my cleavage, but you know, whatever. So how was your sprint?
I think I did pretty well. I ended up between adding description and cutting words, adding a total of about 74 words to my manuscript. And I've almost gotten to the end of chapter 5.
Okay.
I'm
That's
close from getting out of chapter 5 and into chapter 6. So.
I edited a couple of pages.
Mm-hmm.
Word count says I edited 917 words.
Mm-hmm.
So not too sad. Obviously, easier to edit than write, as long as a certain someone allows you to touch your keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured since he was already eating me, it didn't matter if I adjusted my camera.
Mm.
So popping to the comments, let's see. Spence is going to look into the Lego creator for Pizza Demon. Sounds great for both him and the nephew. Devin says, why are we looking at my face with that look?
It's so
Devin says, meow. I realized that my chapters that sorry, somebody's looking for a spray bottle to the face is what I'm seeing. So
you've got to find out where it's gone.
Yeah, where'd it go? Where did I put my spray bottle? Oh, I see it. Are we having this discussion right now on camera? Because I will spray you in the face. Do you think I won't spray you in the face? So anyway, I realized that my human language should be italicized in US chapters the way Ricarian is italicized in Basilissa's, rather than always italicizing the alien language. Well, when it's from the alien's point of view, it's not the alien language.
Right.
So
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased with that moment.
It makes perfect sense. Some editor may try to contradict you, but go with it for now.
Yeah. And until somebody buys it, they have no right to tell me how to edit it.
Exactly.
So Mark got 332 words written in the final happy chapter before destroying the lives of his characters. If I misgender you, let me know. I was just assuming with Mark, he, but that's because my dad and my uncle are both Marks and he's, and anyway. So Ward says, Catechist Cam, all hail the feline overlord.
Yeah,
I spray him in the face.
That made me wonder. It's like, can you do multiple cameras from the same source so that you can have a dedicated catechist cam? No.
I mean, I totally can. I have two cameras. Okay. I could have my laptop camera and my web camera on two different things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Goodness. Writing got 810 words. Oh my gosh.
In 22 minutes?
I know. Clearly. We bow before thee. Right? Mark says, show me the ways, your ways, master. Devin says, I've never looked at Morgan's feet. Well, Catechist would like you to know that my feet, especially my ankles, are absolutely delicious, and that I am the cruelest human in all of creation, not letting him chew them at will. So,
I imagine Will is disappointed too.
Yeah. So MM Ward sadly discovered she has to manually remove all headers and footers, but it does clear up one problem, and then discovered all the chapter dividers vanished in the conversion to EPUB.
Oh, goodness.
She believes she needs a strong drink and a large chocolate pie, not slice, pie.
Yeah.
And Mark says yes, he. So, okay. I just like to check, especially with new people who I may or may not. Yeah. So, because we have a he, Kelly, that joins us sometimes, and so.
I've never run into a person that went by Mark that identified as female, although neuter is a possibility. But wait, that is a bad way of phrasing it. They is
non-binary.
Thank you.
I believe is the word you were looking for, or gender fluid.
Yeah, I've known
gender.
I've known a Marky, but not a Mark. But
Marky Mark.
No, actually, I don't know Marky Mark.
Yet there's still time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But looking at your problems, Maggie, with your publishers, like, this is the kind of thing that makes me glad that I made the conscious decision that I would always keep like my final originals, so that if I have to go and remaster it, I can go back to the originals and go through all the steps again. It's like I'm a digital pack rat, but it's like, if a situation like that, I would rather go back to the source than re-engineer it all. The decorrupt a file.
I had that issue with Minecraft. I updated Minecraft because I host my own Java server because I'm cheap. And so when the niece came over, I had to upgrade because my laptop died since I last toasted. Although it does boot if I have it actively plugged in. There's no battery in it because I threw it away because it swelled up and I didn't want it to explode.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Because lithium ion fires are chemical, and they say don't try to put it out, GTFO.
Yeah.
Like, the heat is ridiculous.
Either get yourself out or get it out of where you are.
Yeah.
Depending on
although my old company used to store swollen small batteries in a bucket of sand in the loading dock.
In a bucket of sand, there's a limit to how much they can damage. The worst, you'll have melted glass around it.
Exactly. So yeah. Anyway, I reset up the whole server and everything. And when I loaded the world we'd been playing in, it had the last save game as like last May, which missed out of us getting obsidian, going into the nether, getting some striders, bringing them back, keeping them as pets. It was missing a lot.
Okay.
So Mark says, this is why I'm sticking to paperback. I do not want to touch my formatting now that I have it all set up. If people are going to buy ebook, I will give my material to anyone in any format that works best for them, because it's about getting my work out there, not necessarily absorbing it in the format I like, which is why I have an email newsletter. I hate email. I hate newsletters. And yet my dad can't be bothered to remember what day of the week my blog updates, and therefore I have it in email form. He's like, what's your email or your website address again? I just can't remember. And I'm like, morganhazelwood.com.
No, that's too tough. No.
So
doesn't have it like a strange encoded number or a .edu on the end of it or something like
that? He is back in the days of Usenet, and when like email chains were preferable over RSS feeds, were preferable over social media, were preferable over burning it all down and hiding in a cave far, far away from the internet.
Yeah. And where your URLs were all 30 to 40 characters long. Uh,
He's a recently retired system admin.
he could have Googled it.
I know. I mean, Safari did. I mean, what do you have on Linux? Isn't it Safari?
Safari is a Apple browser, but it would
Opera?
Opera is
Opera.
possible, but it's
There
like
we go.
they still use the same search engines. So
True. He's the one who turned me on to Google in like 99 because I'm
yeah,
old.
you're not old.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
You'll always
So
be younger than me. No, no.
I'll always be younger than my sister, too.
Mm,
However, when I get to be her age, I might refill my water cup.
okay.
For those of you who don't know, she's 2 minutes older. Or at least my closest sister is. So, writing says that they are basically putting words to paper. No clue if it makes sense. That is for editing writing to worry about, not
Yep.
writing to worry about.
That's the nano spirit right there. Just
That's
put
the
words down.
Pantser nano spirit.
Is there any other? No.
Hi, plants are here. I would like to have a direction and maybe an idea of characters and setting. Maybe
that's all your prep work.
maybe a story beat or two. I mean, I admit I completely ignore them while I'm writing, but that's how the space fantasy version 0.5 turned into tax fraud and school field trips instead of space fantasy.
Yeah, they're not all
Never
good
again.
to go down. But
Never again.
But
So.
referring to Mark and paperbacks is one of the things I love about Vellum, which is what I use for laying out my books, is that it lets me lay out the paperback and the ebook at the same time from the same layout. Unfortunately for Windows users, it's only available for Mac, but
kind of like until last year, the only usable version of Scrivener.
Yeah, but they released the Windows version finally. I guess it took a longer to
I'm
debug.
too resentful. I'm never going to try. Okay, I'll probably try them again at some point, but
You're a Google Docs girl anyway.
but Google hasn't been do no evil as their motto literally since they went publicly traded and turned into Alphabet, which is their umbrella company.
Yeah.
Oh, Devin just signed up for my newsletter. You can dictate what level you want. If you want my weekly roundup of all my links, that's the of all my posts, that's the default. You can get just the links to the stuff, or you can set it as only send me an email once when you actually publish something, woman. And then you don't have to unsubscribe for me filling up your inbox once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is the problem with some of the people who unsubscribed. I'm like, I give you the options. If you can't take them, that's your fault. So Mark says, my highest demand in terms of format is paperback anyway, because my books are in the local bookshop. If I ever end up needing an ebook version, I'll get to it. That makes sense.
That's a cool deal.
Yep. So
especially if it sells enough that you actually have regular demand.
Yeah. Mark's like, I can't write that fast. I put thought into everything I write, unfortunately. Womp womp.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'm dealing with in my revisions is like, oh, here's like clumsy phrase, which is like 5 words long, could be 2 words or 1 word with the right tense.
Yeah,
like I needed the words for nano at the time.
I've definitely done the long way around to say something because I couldn't think of the word at the time. Mm-hmm. And also my space fantasy has a lot of, instead of Vasilisa said, I have the woman who was once the girl from the stars. Da, da, da. And then when she goes back to the stars, She's the woman who'd return to the stars.
Okay.
So whenever A, it wasn't feeling fantasy enough, or B, I needed word count.
Well, a certain amount of that is for the fairy tale style that you're looking for, just like a certain amount of that is from the narrator voice that I've got. So,
Right.
uh,
Of course, it's for narrator voice. It's for a voice, not word
damn
count.
straight.
Ah,
Hey, it's no Parthia of Roundhead, but and
ah.
if you get that reference, more power to you.
I recognize it, but I don't get it.
um, the Jarrig series.
Who's?
Now I got to remember the author's name. It's a fantasy series in a world. I think it's Stephen Bruce.
Oh,
Fantasy
okay.
series in a world where uh, people live a really long time, and the great house. They're like 12 or 14 great houses that all take turns in 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 ruling and have certain specialities. And Parthia of Roundhead was a historian who had a very thick and wordy style.
Gotcha. I've read a couple of his things, but
Mhm.
not a lot. I think I have Terrain from Hell or something by him.
I think that's right. Let me double check.
I believe you. Yeah, Terrain in Hell. I was correct. Was by Stephen Brust. It's always good when you remember the author and the title,
Yeah.
especially as a librarian's daughter slash twin.
Yep. Oh. Maybe I should set up a secondary cat cam because I've always got cuteness over here. Y'all don't get to see.
As long as it doesn't get key.
Yeah. Well, she's off visiting today, so that's not a problem. But
Gotcha. But sometimes it is.
sometimes it is.
Wife does not want to be on camera.
No. But the kitties are so cute. Uh so are we ready for another sprint? Have we talked?
I think we are. So let me see where my timer went and reset that sucker because we've got words to get in,
Yep.
and we're almost we're an hour in already. So
yep. And right now you don't seem to have cat fangs against your flesh, so don't go looking for him. Just start the sprint.
I don't know where he went. Maybe he's curled up in a window.
Hmm.
So in 3, 2, 1, boom. Chakalaka. Mm. Have you considered not eating me? And we're back. Hi, have you considered not eating me? Ridiculous on the face of it.
He went for your face.
No, no, no. But he won't let me type the word reprimand.
There's one.
Right? I wasn't reprimanding you. Someone's mother was, her tentacles were swirling in reprimand.
As they do.
As they do. Like, it looks like a greeting, but you know it's reprimand too. I haven't seen you in how long, baby? When was the last time you called home?
I know you can write. You've got plenty of ink. No.
We do not bat at my face. So QWordies showed up and said, hello. Hi. I hope you're having fun and being productive. And Mark says he got about 200 words and is guilty of being a phone addict. I have my days. How is your sprint, Doc?
Well, I got into chapter 6, so that's good. Then Gilly came over and decided to annoy me.
I mean,
yep. And I was actually I had to take a little bit of time out and do some research, as somebody made the comment that they wanted better descriptions of the Indian guardsmen's uniforms, and it's like, okay, now I've got to pull those images up and try to figure out how to put them in words, but making progress.
That's good. I think I want to keep track of how many words I've added to US chapters.
Chapter by chapter?
Yeah, so I can see how it is. I have a spreadsheet, so I mean, we're fine.
Yeah, that's more detail than I'm tracking with. So,
well, I want to make sure that each of the voices has some level of fairness. So I just want to make sure that my secondary point of view characters are more on par than they are right now. I don't want this to be a minor point of view, because I heard some people really want to hear the space octopus point of view.
I'm one of them.
You are, in fact, one of them. So I think you would feel cheated if only 1/10 of the book was from her point of view.
I would expect more from the next book.
So yeah. Let's see. QWERTY just got home from painting a baby changing station that they're transforming into storage for a desk. Nice. Oh, I can see that. Okay. Writing got 594 words, slowest one on this stream so far.
Oh, whoa. It's
still making amazing progress.
Yeah.
And Devin ate supper and started brainstorming.
It's important to keep fuel in the system.
Yeah, I got about 200, maybe 300 words edited and realized how I could make this chapter longer. Is I need to have her call home and admit what happened.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work out how this conversation's going to go.
Yeah, I guess when you're looking from the point of view of octopus sophonts, you can't exactly have explosions happen or people walk into the room with guns. So,
I mean, the
so
last chapter ended with some humans stealing 2 of their baby space manta rays.
how dare they?
I know. They were herding them from the rich, like, Aether stream fishing grounds towards one of this to go sunbathing around one of the near stars, because that's how they get enough radiation to keep them from freezing when they travel through the void
Okay.
or the vacuum of space.
That's interesting. So they charge up on solar radiation in order to survive. So how far you can go and how fast you can go is dependent on how big your manta rays are and how well charged up they are. Interesting.
Well, in the void itself,
Yeah.
if you're in the ether, it's like a river. The closer to the center, the faster you go.
Right.
Is just how I've worked it. But it's got eddies and jets and whatever throughout.
They're navigational hazards.
Right. And if you want to go from one planet to one planet, sometimes you got to make a loop because streams only go in one direction.
Or it's easier to go out and then come back in than to follow the stream.
Yeah, but humans can't really navigate outside of solar system speeds without their stellar sails. And they don't have space manas to pull them, which is why humans are trying to steal them. So
Bad humans, spank.
this is why we start off with the Ricarian not so thrilled about humans. And then one saves her sister's eggs from like being destroyed during the tsunami, and mom guilts her into like taking her on as like a intern thing, and it's horrible and annoying, but whatever.
Good job. Most likely kill you in the morning. No.
Progress for Ward found and replaced all chapter dividers with wingdings. Oh my god, my cat is like, do you hear this?
I can definitely hear him being vocal, and it sounds like he's climbing the walls and then jumping back down again.
He's yowling, dashing to one side of the house. Minute or two, yowling and dashing back the other way. I don't even know what's going on with my cat right now, my pet. So I might have to take a play break before I can get any more words in, because this cat is literally bouncing off the walls here.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
So let's go ahead and do another sprint. I'll give him 5 minutes. Catechus is indeed creating a cacophony.
But
Mark says his characters are so happy robbing an orchard. I mean, is there any booze? Maybe some cider? Yeah. I'd be pretty happy with apples and cider and cheese. So, okay, let's go ahead and do another sprint. I'll give Catechus a couple minutes and then see if he'll settle and let me actually get some productivity done.
Good luck.
So, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Chakalaka.
And we're back.
Ta-da!
Yay. How was your edit?
I think it did pretty good. I'm well into chapter 6, and adding some more description, giving it a little bit more flavor.
That makes sense.
And I have
Aw. Catechus was like, I'm too cool to chase mice. And then I got out one of his chew sticks, which he gets to eat after we finish playing with it. And he never doesn't chase those. So we had a good game of chase the chew stick. And after the third time he plunked down in front of it, I went back to my writing and he didn't bug me again.
Sounds kind of like a trill with peacock feathers.
And I actually, between last sprint and this sprint, wrote 448 words.
Nice.
So definitely expanding the scene. So that was good.
Yeah. Overall, I am up 283 words for the session.
Nice.
Which is a pretty good balance when you consider that there's also editing out some passive voice in there and deciding, getting rid of words that aren't needed.
Nice.
In addition to adding description.
Well, Devin said hi to your kitty.
Yep.
And writing got a devil done. I mean, 667 words this sprint.
That's the Antichrist plus 1.
Right. So the across the street neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
So writing loves writing pets. Mark forgot where he left off, but it felt like 200, maybe 300 words, which is good. And Devin was working some more on some brainstorming. So we are coming up on 6:30. I think I want to do at least one more sprint, see if I can finish out this chapter.
I think I'm good for another sprint.
Okay. I wanted to see where you were, since I know you have,
I had a light lunch. It was also kind of large because I had leftover pizza from yesterday.
I had leftover pizza.
Yep. Well, I baked my own pizza yesterday. It's something I haven't done in a while. And I kind of needed to do it before some of the ingredients went bad.
I think most of us have been there.
But we made a good dinner last night and a good lunch today. But
cool.
Yeah, I'm good for a bit.
Nice. As always, Devin would like a 75-minute sprint because he doesn't know the difference between writing session and sprint.
Yeah.
But I was thinking 22 minutes again.
Sounds good.
And somebody might even let me write the whole sprint.
Maybe.
No guarantees. I mean, he's not couched down on the couch.
After bugging me through the last 2 sprints, Gilly has gone and curled up next to my knee. So she's looking like she's going to be quiet. So.
Aww. Devin says it is the 6-month anniversary of the last time we did a 75-minute sprint.
Did you actually do a 75-minute sprint?
I did a 75-minute beta reading sprint.
Oh, so you read for 75 minutes and Devin did whatever.
Because I was beta reading a middle grade fantasy that had already been queried and polished for a friend.
Okay.
So I'm saying it was in pretty good shape to begin with, and I was beta reading. So 75 minutes seems a little more reasonable with that.
I imagine that made some absolutely riveting video watching you read for 75 minutes.
I think I was doing it out on my back patio.
That might have been nicer, but.
So let's see. Mark says he leaned forward against his keyboard, ready to take on the rest of the daily minimum before midnight. Okay, so I'm hearing shut up and let's get to it.
That's what I'm hearing. So we should talk more.
In 3, 2, 1, boom. Shaka. Yeah, Devin says it was when I was outside and it looked like I was in a horror movie because the sun had gone down while we were streaming. Okay, So anyway. And we're back.
Ah. Mm.
I've got one page left.
Oh, lucky you.
How about, how about you talk and I finish my page?
Oh, fine. Yeah. um, let's see. How did I do? I don't know. I'm well into this chapter. Heh. My total awards added is for the entire day is 404, so that's fun. Memory not found. Mostly just adding little bits of description here and there, and improving the flavor. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like, okay, things that you things that you don't think about when you're trying to follow the action, and then it's like somebody else says, "But I need you to set the scene more." um,
I doubled the scene or the chapter.
okay.
It went from 974 to 1839.
Well, that's at least a good small chapter.
That's a reasonable sized chapter. What I had before was not. It was more of a snippet or a
Yeah, that was half a chapter before.
it was a flavor text.
Flavor text. That was an essay on no. Essay on events in
Yeah,
a
yeah. Now I
separate
just have to
parcel.
go edit a couple things in the other point of view, but
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
I just have to change the name and one or two references.
Yeah, and I'm finding it interesting is I am literally adding color into my descriptions because mostly it's like I've described these things, but now there's like color details I need to pull out. So the scenery is less washed out.
Well, I definitely have literal colors mentioned, but it's usually what color is the octopus
Mm,
because unless they're trying to change into their background, they color
that's
and texture based on mood
mhm,
and emotion.
right.
So
I
I'm
remember you mentioning that before.
yeah, yeah. So I'm having fun with that, but yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, I'm popping into the comments. Devin says Friday the 13th, part 736,589,372 Jason versus Morgan. Sorry, I mentioned I have zero issues. I had to
Mhm.
count the commas. Okay. So, hello and welcome. Coffee, Create, and Connect is thinking about how nice it would be to go camping for a week and just right out in the woods and swim. Hashtag daydreaming. I would want a cabin and running water, but that's just me. So,
Yeah, and a bed. No.
yeah, I'm a little too young to old. That one, old to sleep
Young
on the
old.
ground.
You're a little too young old to sleep on the ground, huh?
Mark says he almost messed up his trading system in this world, but he explained his way through a fault, though.
Mm.
My favorite way of explaining around things that shouldn't work is by making the character be like, the scientists said it was something like this, but I don't understand it.
Mhm.
Acknowledge that it makes no sense and move on. But by acknowledging it, you can be like, oh, someone else figured it out. And this person is a lay person and doesn't understand anything. So Mark is also has only 100 words left, so he's pushing through and hoping we have a wonderful day. Writing, of course, showed the rest of us up with 633 this sprint and 3,242 overall in the 2 hour sprint. So writing is happy with that. I'd be happy with 32. I think I've done over 3,000 in a single day 5 times in my
Mm.
life.
I've had a couple days. I think my best day was like 44,000, but
I did break 4,000 once, but I
mhm.
think over 3,000 is on one hand.
Oh.
And if I have 90 minutes to get my words in, it takes 2 hours. And if I have 8 hours to get my words in, it takes nine.
Mhm.
So,
I did a little bit better than that last nano when I actually like took days off from work and aimed for 2,500 words a day. it helped me catch up a lot from when I couldn't get a lot of words in because I was so tired after work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice when you can actually devote the whole day to writing, and you actually get started early.
I don't even understand the words that are coming out of your
Out of your
mouth.
mouth, yeah.
So awesome. Well, it sounds like everybody got some pretty solid progress today.
Mhm.
Maybe we should call it.
Um, yeah, it's almost 7 o'clock. The cats are gonna wake up soon and start demanding that I feed them, so this is probably a good place to stop.
So, okay. I'm probably going to do a little more sprinting, but I might hop over to somebody else's stream. So I'm not on camera, and
Yep.
Catechist can get some attention. And so yeah, you want to go ahead and give your outro?
Okay. Hey folks, I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. You can find my links down below on Morgan's YouTube site. But if you're coming in from Twitch, or if you just can't be bothered to go and actually look at the links, you can find my stuff just by searching for Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that'll take you to my author site. It'll also help you find my Amazon author page, where you can see all the things I've written so far, and you can follow it so you know when I get this next book out.
Yay! And as for me, I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. This week over on YouTube and on my website, I was talking about my trick for editing multiple points of view that only kind of works, which I was talking about today. On the podcast, Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, I was talking about logistics and tactics, i.e. military campaigns.
Oh, fun.
And this week's author spotlight guest was D.L. Gardner, and in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in Richmond at RavenCon. So I think I'll be streaming. I think I'll be home in time to stream. So I should be good. But yeah, other than that, good luck with your camp and have a great week. If you're on Twitch, I'm going to raid, I think, Travis Tavern. I only have 2 other streamers I follow streaming, and they're both chatting. So I'm going to go ahead and start that raid. Oh, over here in comments, let's see. Ward is almost done tinkering with the formatting tool and gets to start writing soon. And Mark managed to get his words in before midnight. Ward says, be blessed and happy holiday weekend. Writing is at midnight where they are. And Devin says, you can find more sprints in the playlist on his writing channel, which is true. Oh, Shay with Hobbies is going live for productivity. Okay, awesome. I need to clearly add them on Twitch. I have them on YouTube, but you can't raid on YouTube yet. So anyway, have a great week and see y'all later. Bye-bye. Okay, I think the raid went. So I'm going to go ahead and bye. Have fun storming the castle.